Yo, what is up, guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another League of Legends video here today. This is going to be the LCS 2021 Summer Split Week 2 recap, and joining me here today for this LCS 2021 Summer Split Week 2 recap is Warren, our resident realistic TSM fan, who is so happy they dropped games to 100 Thieves and FlyQuest, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, talking material. That's all.
So, dude, like, I know you want to talk about their drafting phase, but what was your thoughts about them losing to, like, FlyQuest? Because that's, like, the random one. I honestly thought
Um,
they had moments in that game to win, though. Like, I know FlyQuest won, but that wasn't really a clean game by anyone's standards. Like, FlyQuest were winning, and then randomly TSM would start winning, and then TSM kind of threw it. But Hooney's Nocturne pick would just, like, go in, die, thus leaving it randomly always, like, 4v5. So what did you think about that game, actually?
uh, it happened a lot, and actually the last split, it's like I don't know. I don't know if FlyQuest just has their number, but it just seems like FlyQuest always beats them, or I don't know
It's the
what's
same thing
the
with like
deal.
CLG and Cloud9 too. Like randomly, you think that'd be a wash, but like randomly, CLG will have good games against Cloud9. I don't know where it just happens. Like some bottom feeder team could have really good play against the top tier team, but you know they're the top tier team is better. It's just like I don't know. Like some players just counter other players though. I don't really know how to explain it. Like you know you would have like random upsets like the fucking like Timberwolves beating the Lakers randomly, but it's like you know the
Right.
Lakers are better, but this team just matches up better against this one team than the other one. You know, but
Yeah.
to me, TSM's drafting is weird. You know what I mean? So like in the FlyQuest game, they actually took Nocturne, Rumble, Lucian, Tristan, and Leona, which I think is better than their composition they had against 100 Thieves, which
By
was
far.
some dog shit. Like, I want to actually go over this actual draft they had because fucking 100 Thieves ended up with fucking Akali and Rumble first rotation. I'm like, wait, and then you're also thinking to yourself, dude, like, why are people giving away Akali this much though? You know, Akali was just tearing up every single game she was in. Like it made Jenkins look good of all people. You know, like the
Which is
TSM
weird.
draft, the TSM draft against 100 Thieves was Gragas, Udyr, Lucian, Zaya, and Braum. So day two's draft was better. It just had a different premise of what they needed to do. And like there were moments in the FlyQuest game they could have won. I saw a way they could have won this game. What about you?
I think they could have won. I think, it might sound funny, but I think they're really trying to experiment right now since they got that little, how can you say, like the little um 8 game, like they can flex, not flex, but they got wiggle room to test stuff out now because it's summer, and so like because we know I because Syndra is can play into Akali and actually is hard. I believe is a hard counter, but Lucian is good too. But I just don't see PoE's like PoE's good, but he's not that good on Lucian yet. And I just think he's just trying to get real practice. Honestly, that's the way I look at
Well,
it.
because you know people are gonna say he doesn't know how to play these champions. He can only play these select few champions.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna say that, but then they don't realize that he played an assassin LeBlanc and literally blew up. There was one point
Yeah.
where he blew up he blew up Brock. He two-shotted Brock's at like his Grom at his red buff. I was like, okay, PoE, I guess you're upset about the
he got that.
other game.
He got that triple kill at when they were doing Baron, and CLG were like, you know what? Instead of running to our base, we're gonna run into TSM base and just get triple killed. I
Yeah,
was like, okay, CLG, we know you're mentally tilted from throwing that game against Cloud9. We know you don't gotta just
yeah.
fucking throw your whole bodies into fucking Power of Evil and shit. He started 4-0. Like there was a point in the game where he had a full stack Medjais and shit. He like saw pole belter in a bush and just threw off the chain and destroyed him. I was like, holy shit, this is Power of
Listen,
Evil? Where has this Power of Evil been? You know?
listen. This CLG, I'm gonna say it over and I say it again. They need to get their spot bought because they're just even Immortals. Immortals is looking, mind you, Immortals went, I believe, 0-3 this. I think they won. No, they didn't win this week. I'm sorry, because
But they
I
look
did not
like
care.
somewhat competitive in their games.
Right, they look somewhat, but they went 0-3 because that's what we expect from Immortals. But they won last week and they fell this week. So teams are like figuring stuff out. I mean, look at Team Liquid. They bounced back from last week. Cloud9. I know you. I know you probably was just like having to get multiple tissues for your right hand because you were having so much fun getting your keyboard sticky with Cloud9 3-0 week. But
Well, one of the games I wasn't proud of. I was not proud of the COG game. I like. I'm always proud of a game where it's a comeback, but in the position COG was in, really should have been a comeback. Like we'll talk about it because like they had a lot of COG did a lot of bad things in that game. Like I'm glad teams can get in those positions and play them out, but realistically, I don't ever like that teams can get in that position and throw it. Like being that far ahead, there was a certain period point in time where like King got caught out on Kog'Maw, and then they went to Baron, and then COG had two Barons and still couldn't close out the game. People need to factor that in. They killed the ADC, got Baron twice, and then still couldn't win. And then they consistently threw in the base of Cloud9. Persk was just it's literally mid diff. You know how you were talking about like Pobota retiring. It was mid
yeah,
diff this week. It was some mid diff between Perks and Power of Evil, dude. Holy shit!
yeah. Like Pole Belter went 0-6. Like this, and it's so funny. It was like a year ago. This guy was like acting all up and was like saying that he deserves like big pay, and it's like,
I just need to
dude, you're
be
not
on a better organization.
like you're silly and delusional if you think you deserve better pay. Like if there's like I'd rather Bjergsen come out of retirement and play for CLG than Pole Belter. At least we know we get that would make the team go up by like tenfold. But we know he's not gonna do that, right? It's just like, come on, man, you're delusional if you think you're still good at this point. There's a reason why the big orgs didn't keep you like TL and they switched you for Jensen, or even FlyQuest. FlyQuest didn't even keep him. Think about that.
FlyQuest, the team that's always been about like weirdly taking in players that were good. They took that same narrative that CLG had. Remember how CLG back in the day used to like take washed up players and like let's say rehabilitate them? FlyQuest actually did that at one point too. They would just take random players that at some point were good, and then they made them a little bit better with how their coaching staff ran. Right
Right,
now,
right.
the fact that Pobotu is not even on that team.
It says some,
FlyQuest.
yeah. It speaks volumes. So my thing is that FlyQuest reevaluate yourself. Not FlyQuest. CLG needs to like just build burn the whole thing down and build it back up personally. And that's not even being rude. Sometimes organizations need to do that. Like,
They need a whole structural rebrand, just a lot of things, dude. It's like I don't know. I don't even know what their whole gameplay is for because we know like because they've admitted this on interviews before. Like Wild Turtle and Smoothie apparently live together. Do you think that has any effect on the team at all? Because I don't like his last split. The shining bright spot about COG to me was Finn. I thought Finn looked pretty good. I still don't even think
right,
he looks that bad right now, honestly. But there's no way you can show you're good on this team. Brox has not looked that bad, but honestly, he's only really looked good on Lee Sin. And then you have Pole Belter, who's just doing the classic Demonte going 0-6 and thinking he's relevant or some shit. And you have Wild Turtle and Smoothie, like, who are a very okay, average, mid-decent bot lane. So someone's gonna be like, what the fuck does that mean? That means they're very average and they don't really do anything. Like
yeah.
Wild Turtle looks good in some of the team fights. He can randomly get like good, nice team fight damage out on Ezreal, but it's not doing anything.
I mean, but you got to also take in mind that they're not letting Ezreal like free fire, and they're not giving him like the front line to do like to let him free fire and get the damage out.
Mhm.
I just CLG, it sucks to see organizations that were like the quote unquote El Clasico orgs, and the only ones out of them that are good is TL, C9, and TSM. They're like and EG is basically, and now Dig has taken like that sort of spot from CLG. So I don't, dude. If you're a CLG
Dude,
fan,
after
just
all this
please
time, God.
do yourself a favor. There's other orgs. You're better off putting your getting jerseys for different orgs, man.
Hey man, 100 Thieves has never won a trophy yet, and they're looking like they're on the up and up. Just saying.
Didn't No, they did. Then didn't they beat Echo Fox one year, and that's how they got to Worlds, or No, they didn't. No, they didn't
They've
win a
only ever
trophy.
been to Worlds. They never won a title. They've been to finals once, Worlds once. They never had a trophy so far. But they're the best new org we've had in a long time.
Right. Yeah, they're basically like the what you call it, the rogue of NA. Like they started
Yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, that's a
pretty
pretty good comparison
pretty
actually.
pretty garbage, and then they slowly build themselves up to being a top contender in the top four. So, but yeah,
What did you think about Team Liquid actually?
I mean, they look pretty. They look much better. Like we saw Tactical on his classic
Callista
Callista. Jensen seems like he's put time into
actually
um,
playing the game.
Viego. Outside of the EG loss where we saw
Oh my
Impact
god.
back.
Yeah, that was a hey man, that like watching that game, dude, is like, hey, that's some classic NA shit right there. Like it never ceases it literally oh my god, it literally ceases to amaze me. Like Jizuke randomly EG are just ahead of the game. They're doing everything right. Jizuke is just like, you know what? I'm gonna just coin flip this game. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it, and then we'll just see how this fucking game ends. They still end up randomly winning because TL throw inside their base, going in under like two towers, not protecting their ADC, all scattering. Then they
You
all
know,
just like, oh my god.
I just thought of something. I just thought of something that wouldn't be too far fetched.
Mhm.
I could see a EG Nemesis. I could see that because he's stable. You know what you're getting, and he's right now boot camping in Korea, I think, as well as
Mhm.
doing his streaming thing. So I wouldn't be surprised because I think his contract is up, Jizuke, and they want some like if they just had someone stable that just knew had half a
Yeah,
brain.
yeah, I agree with you. Like, if they had someone with the skills of Jizuke but was stable like Abadage, this team would be pretty scary because it's not like they're not like CLG. They have something there. It's there. It's like, how do you fix this though? It's there for the team. Like you can see it. It's like, okay, they know what to do on the map. They know where to go. They know how to dive. They know how to protect their ADC. They know how to obviously 2v2 a dive and make sure they're jungling aggro properly. It's just like randomly they're winning, and Juzik is like, you know what? I'm gonna just get on my horse, giddy up that motherfucker, touch that long ass horse dick, and then squirt the
Whoa,
fucking
whoa,
cum
whoa,
all over the
whoa!
other team's face.
Oh,
Not just fun kidding you
my
guys.
lord, my lord!
He gets on his Italian stallion and just like, you know what? I could ride this Italian stallion to this gold mine right here, or I could jump over this roof and go to $1 million. You know?
Okay, well
You
that
know?
went all levels of Pornhub. Uh,
But dude, like,
uh,
I don't know, because like EG right now, Evil Geniuses remind me of Rocat. If you guys watched Rocat for all those many years back in EU, longtime EU fans, or even just that season
Rocket,
where, yeah, Rocat, like back when
it's
they're
Rocket.
Rock. Oh my God, Warren, who cares? They're trash.
It's Rocket. That's what they
Rocket,
were named. Okay.
Rocket. Okay, okay, Warren. Because Draco said Rocat. That's what
Because
Draco
he's an
said.
idiot. Because he's an
Okay.
idiot. Okay. Okay.
Rocket. Okay. So back in season 8, when Fnatic won their last two titles, which let's be honest, they're not winning any more titles because they got lucky all those many years to win anyway. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just fucking around. So when Fnatic were dominant in season 8 and won their last two titles, Rocket, obviously, they were a team that would go like 1-1 every week. They never had a 2-0 week. You know? They were the most inconsistently consistent team. Which makes like no sense though. EG just reminds me of that. Um Teams like Immortals, Golden Guardians. What's weird about Golden Guardians is that they're just dog shit, but Iconic had a really good like Udyr game this week, which is the best thing I could say. Didn't Golden Guardians win a game this week actually? They won like
Yeah,
one. Yeah, they won a
they
game.
won a game against FlyQuest,
Yeah, they
which
looked
is
good in
not
the
saying
FlyQuest
much.
game. You had like Iconic and Solo doing some nice 2v2 work on the set and Udyr, but it's like, I mean, that's a team relatively around their skill level anyway, so it's like, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine, you
yeah,
know?
it was Rumble and set, but
Yeah.
it was good. It was I still think Jose Diodo. I mean,
Don't you
I'm
love
not
that guy?
I'm not blaming him for coming to NA because he probably has a better situation and better money economy. But I'm gonna call it like it is, and then people are gonna
So
probably
overrated,
say
dude.
not even over. He's trying to get. This is gonna sound so terrible. He's trying to get his green card. Like that's what he's trying to do. Like I'm not
League
trying to
Twitter
be rude.
proceeds to cancel us. Cancel these two black motherfuckers.
No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. No, Jose Dioto is a benefit, just like Levi, and this is me being serious. He's a benefit of what happened at Worlds. He looked good for I think it was what a Rainbow Seven. I don't remember the team.
Yeah, he looked good in the playing stage, which is
Right,
like I told people this, dude. The playing stage is good for wildcard players because you potentially could get picked up by bigger orgs if you
right.
play well,
Like
and
an
that's
armor.
had Armut, Jose Dioto, Levi. But when I'm looking at Jose Dioto, he doesn't really do anything special like
No,
the
he's
other
not like
junglers.
closer. Like
Yeah, it's just
closer's a good
not.
jungler. He's not. So like I would not be surprised if they try to get like a better jungler next by the end of this split. I'm glad that they're sticking with the team and they're not trying to make it. The only thing that changed was Dreams, which I think Dreams is actually an underrated support. He actually did pretty well in that Schalke miracle run where they had, and even when he was on Vitality when he was a sub,
Mhm.
they didn't play him much. He's still a good like because he climbed during the solo queue of that Worlds
Mhm.
as well. So FlyQuest is one of those teams where they're back to being just a playoff team.
Yeah, Dreams
If,
has made the team look better, though. I'll say that Dreams has made the team look better, but like he looks good over Diamond. Diamond ran it down the whole half the year so far. You know, I don't think Diamond's getting his spot back, honestly. But how Dreams has made this team look a little bit more better in the game, I don't think Diamond's getting his spot back. Sorry, dude. You played
no,
pretty
no,
bad.
no, thank you. So
um, there was the really close EGTL game we talked about. That was the most exciting game of the week, though. Then you also had like Cloud9 popping off this week. They went 3-0. Cloud9 dumpstering Dignitas. They dumpstered fucking what was the team they played up against week and day one? They played against Dignitas
day
and
one they played
FlyQuest.
against
Oh yeah,
FlyQuest.
FlyQuest. Oh my god, that was just mid diff. There was just mid diff in both these games, dude. Holy shit. Perks is like, okay, this is why I'm worth $11 million. Okay, guys, I'm just saying. No LeBlanc game is worth $11 million, but like this reminded me of when Jensen got all those kills in that one playoff series against Team Envious way back in like season 6. Like it's just a complete and utter stomp. Like, but that's what you expect though. The team that went to MSI versus the team that has Johnson.
I mean Johnson is.
He's
I
actually
think
okay. He's an okay player, you know.
he's an okay player. I think he's one of those players that was like just kind of like, and I like to use like players that like remember how Lyra was regarded as a good jungler on Team Envy at the
Mhm.
time, and like oh it's like Lyra's the one that's carrying the team, and then he got on the Clutch
Clutch,
Gaming,
yeah.
and then he looked it pretty good, and then he said that nonsense like I want to show that I'm the best jungler in the world, and we saw Clutch go was it 0-6 or something in that in but nobody talks about that. But they talk about TSM, the hypocrisy. Just throwing that out there, by the way.
He's just
Just
waiting for
throwing that.
that one. He was waiting for like
Just
2 years waiting for that one.
just throwing out the hypocrisy out there that Clutch goes 0-6, but
So does
nobody says
Unicorns of
anything.
Love. Unicorns of Love wins 0-6 right in
It's
front
like,
of our eyes.
but nobody says anything. It's just but TSM, yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, you
cool,
know. They have
cool story.
TSM lives rent free in their heads.
Yeah, so like,
Especially Thornton,
Fly,
actually.
I see FlyQuest. I think FlyQuest is gonna probably, by the way it looks like it's going, make playoffs, and it's gonna be between FlyQuest and Immortals for that eighth spot.
Yeah.
Dig seems like they're still eking out wins,
Yeah. I think
even
Digger
though
a
they're
good I think Digger an okay team. This is how I think of Dig right now. They can beat teams below them, but any team like Team Liquid, TSM, Cloud9, Hunter Thieves, it's just not gonna happen.
right. It's not happening.
Like
Like
I think
it's not.
Dardoch and Aframu are great players. Like they're really doing well. Like I'm honestly so surprised at how well they're playing. Actually, this week Aframu on Rakan, Dardoch on Lee Sin, they looked great. But Dig is not beating teams above them. I'm sorry, guys, they can't. Like You cannot tell me they can beat teams above them after I literally just saw that Cloud9 game. Got like
They might
butt
be able to beat
fucked.
TSM. They
They
beat
got
TSM. Remember they beat
okay,
TSM
yeah,
with a 10-day.
true, true.
Even I remember when TSM had a 10K
Warren's
goal
over
lead.
here. Warren's over here. He had the knife ready.
Yeah, I had my knife ready when they had that 10K goal lead or whatever, 7K, and they let them. They threw the game. I was like, what is it with you guys? Are you
Was
losing your mind?
it? Like, I don't think Dig are a bad team. It's just like when they play against teams that are better than them, you see literally all their mistakes. It's like, okay, this is why this team is 5th place. Now, if you guys are a fan of the LCS roster benchings, Dig benched Soligo for Yusui, actually.
Which was stupid.
I don't think Yusui looked pretty good at all. I think they looked better with
Yeah,
Soligo.
yeah. Bakery needs to get fired.
Like, okay, guys, I have watched Yasui for years in Academy. Believe me, I've seen him in Academy a lot of years. I actually watch in Academy.
Oh, you're his agent?
I wish I was. I probably get paid right now. But no, like, I for this specific moment at this given time with Dignitas, I don't think he can really make
Take
them
to the
better
next
though.
combo.
Yeah, like in terms of mechanics, just pure mechanics, I think Yasui's better. But in terms of how the team has functioned better in the last 3 games with Soligo versus how they function with Yasui, it's like they took a better mechanical player for a better for not a role. How do you say that though? They took a better mechanical player in place of a role player on the team. I just didn't really see the reason behind the Yusui promotion. Like, I'm glad he got a promotion. Congrats to you, Yusui. But I just didn't see the difference. So it's still Darok Afromu gap with how Dignitas went anyway. It's not really anything different. Like, Neil's
Fake
looked
God's
good.
doing okay.
Fake God's doing okay. Yeah, I didn't see him as the reason why they won any of their games though. I think he was just being taken for a ride in the good way.
I feel like they're just doing this. They're doing this trend of seeing other teams do this, and they're like, well, how can we
You know
one
what?
up? Uh,
They can take JJ on their academy team and put him over Afromu.
please no, please God no.
You know what Dominate said after TL put out that roster update thing? Is Dom said, "We can't beat the other regions if we beat ourselves."
Yeah, we can't. It's not. It's not.
That is actually true. You know,
It
like,
isn't.
dude, this week was so bad in terms of gameplay. I wanted to slip my throat, bro. This was awful. There was like one
Yeah.
good game. Well, unless you like Stomps in the Cloud9 games, then yeah, sure. Like, Cloud9 beat the shit out of both teams they faced. The CLG game is different, though. So, I'll talk about it for a little bit. So, like, is it on CLG to win the game? Yes. But did Cloud9 did pull out the win out of their ass? Not really, because Cloud9's composition... So, like, there was this big, giant, fat Cloud9 dick sucker in that Facebook group of the Cloud9 fans that It's really nice people, actually, but... This one guy was like, Cloud9's draft wasn't that bad. You guys are overreacting. So I was like, you can take the dick out of your mouth, dude. Cloud9's draft was bad. Let me explain to you guys why a draft is considered bad, in my own personal opinion. This is just my opinion. When you draft a composition, and you have, like, one window of winning, that is bad. That literally is bad. Now, it's a high execution if you get it off, and you win, like, beautifully, right? Yes. But... if you do not get that one window of opportunity to win, or how your composition is supposed to play out, that's a bad draft to me. They have no win condition against this poke comp only if they engage into them. They have to literally get so close to them in order to actually deal the max amount of damage. That's a bad draft. I'm sorry. Like, I love Cloud9, obviously, but I'm not about to sit here and like, their composition was Gwen, Xin Zhao, Tristana, Kog'Maw, Lulu. CLG's comp was Volibear, Lee Sin, Zoe, Ezreal, Leona. CLG had a poke comp, C9 had an engage comp. The only way C9 get to them is they actually have to engage into them or dodge out poke. Zoe bubbles, Leona solar flares, Ezreal's true shot barrage, Volibear's what's that ult call? What he does now? What he like jumps on top of you? If he jumps on top,
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker, yeah. So if Volibear does Stormbreaker and Zoe does bubble, Ezreal does true shot barrage, and Leona does solar flare, yeah, most of your team's health is chunked, and you saw it in the game though. They really could only get to CLG if CLG either missed all their windows of execution, which they did at certain points, and they literally had to have a team fight where one person got picked off. Perks played out of his mind in the COG game for them to win. But let's be honest here, if Perks didn't play out of his mind in the COG game, yeah, they're probably gonna lose this game though. It was literally a Perks dip. That's all it really was. Like,
I
was it
mean,
not Perks dip? Fudge played
it
okay
was.
too. Fudge been playing pretty well for himself. You know.
Yeah, Fudge been pretty good. I think Perks is trying to make a statement. Like, I messed up at MSI, so I'm gonna make up for it. So I listen. I hope, like, we only get to send 3 teams, and I'm I'm hesitant about TSM at international events after the last
Last
showing.
year.
Like I would not be opposed to 100 Thieves taking their spot. Like, I'm not opposed to it at all,
Oh
guys.
no, this guy's lying, dude. He's like, I want TSM at Worlds so I can hear the
I do
hypocrisy.
want them at Worlds if they
You want
get
them at
there.
Worlds to hear that hypocrisy bullshit you brought up? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I do want to hear them at Worlds. However, I don't want to hear 0-6-0. Like, nobody wants to hear.
TSM 06.
Yeah, yes, I don't want to hear 0-6. This week was a really we saw the dominant teams for the most part. They won their games outside of TSM dropping a game
FlyQuest, yeah.
against FlyQuest.
C9 having that close game against CLG.
And then Team Liquid lost a game against EG, which is I would say
Did
up
TL
and
lose
coming.
to Immortals? Yeah, TL lost to Immortals in game
Uh,
2. Yeah, they lost
no,
to Immortals. Right? No! Oh my
no,
god!
they didn't.
Oh
They
my
beat him.
god! IMT threw that game so hard. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, alright.
We see why Revenge might lose his job, so he needs to not tweet anymore. If you're reading this for Revenge, yeah, shut the fuck up.
IMT threw. I was like, okay, 6-0 lead. This game's over. You know what? I thought to myself, dude, this is NA, and that shit doesn't apply here. I was like, how did TL win this game? Like, what the hell? IMT literally. How much did Steve pay Gilioto to throw the game? How much? I need to know, because this game was all Immortals until the Baron. It was 6-1. It was a 5,000 gold lead at 22 minutes in. Mercy on my soul, dude. LCS is so dog shit.
Oh yeah, we're seeing that why we should actually be called the minor region, not a major region, after some of these games. But
But you know what? Hey, NA is better than China.
oh, please no, God no. I was watching some games from LPL last night.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Do you see the
IG.
OMG versus IG upset?
I'm actually, believe it or not, after RNG, I'm a big OMG fan because I like their logo. So
By one.
you're a fool. You're a fool.
Dude, I'm never
They
I saw
played
a
terrible.
vote.
That's for another.
OMG played. Dude, where's
segment.
Shy actually? I missed that. Where
He's
is he? Is he
benched.
sick?
He's benched.
Okay, so here's how I say it. As we're ending this out, guys, they're probably thinking to themselves, we could look different without the Shy. We could potentially have a different ceiling without the Shy. And I'm thinking to myself, if anybody actually thinks that, you're a crackhead.
Yeah, I'm like, I'd rather get coin flip the Shy than the Nay. Like, that just sounds like something out of like a grocery aisle.
It's the same narrative that I think people gave with TSM. Like, okay, if you do replace Bjergsen, you could get someone else different that could give TSM a different ceiling. Yes, but you would have to get the exact same player who's also better than Bjergsen. Do you see that point there? Yes, you probably do want to change out a player if your playstyle is stagnant and you're not getting anywhere with them. That's true. But you also have to get someone better. You can't just get someone worse. That defeats the purpose of switching the guy out. It's like, what? What the fuck? I'd rather have the Shy go 0-8 on Lucian like he was doing last year than have whatever that top laner was doing last night, because that guy should be embarrassed of himself.
The fact that OMG beat IG says enough to come to, like, the fact that they beat them. And I don't know what's going on with that organization, but again, that's for another time. I just want
soy sauce
to.
packets or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I feel bad for Rookie, dude. He's trying so hard. He's like, help me.
He's really trying to do Faker in China, which is rough. Really rough for that guy.
He's probably praying that JDG or fucking RMG pick him up. Help me.
Do
Oh my god.
let me think if you would. No, I think because crying does like you
No,
can't
Crying's
have.
good for RNG.
I like the thing is people have to realize you can't have too many stars. Like these, sometimes you just need one or two stars. You don't need a
JG.
super team.
I don't. If you told me I could trade Yagao for Rookie, I'd do it. And I like Yagao. I think Yagao's a good, pretty solid player, right? But I'd
I
trade
think it,
Rookie for Yagao.
I think I would take. Yeah, you're right.
I'd probably take. Oh no, man! If you took, I like Yagao. Look, guys, I
Actually, I
like
could see.
Yagao, but
I
I
would.
think Rookie's
I could see.
better. And by think,
I
I
could
know
see
he's
rookie
better
on top. I could see rookie on top
over
esports.
Knight. Actually,
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
you're not an. I forgot you're not a Knight fanboy. Actually,
I've never been a Knight fanboy, but anyway, that's a different. Again, that's a different podcast.
yeah.
This week was just really weird. I just think that we just saw the teams. I think outside of TSM dropping the ball, we saw the top teams
Mhm.
dominate their games, and we
Saw
saw
some
why the.
classic NA throws. We saw the reason why Jizuke is probably not gonna have a team after this year, or probably go into his streaming career like Nemesis. You know.
I go back to EU. I think he's trying to get
Hey
residency.
man,
Like a
Mouse
lot of people are
Esports
trying.
in the ERLs need some players.
I mean, I can't wait to talk. Oh man, I can't wait to talk tonight about LEC. Like, holy
Oh shit!
shit, I can't wait to be back in was it
Less than
3 hours,
4 hours. Yeah, about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4
And
hours?
and
So,
with that, guys, we're heading out of here. Actually, what I wanted to ask you guys is, I'm gonna try and make consistent content. I just gotta really know what you guys want. There is stuff I want to do, but just if you guys do happen to comment, which you guys never do, but if you happen to, put some ideas down. But yeah, C9's on top, as all things should be. I love Thanos, dude. Thanos is an amazing
uh,
villain.
even, yeah, sure, and he dies. Just remember that.
Okay, Warren. Okay, Warren's our resident MCU apologist, but he's like, you know what? Reference doesn't work for me, you know.
Thanos dies, guys. So that means TSM can't beat them. So,
Hey man,
are we gonna do the?
Hulkbuster can solo Scarlet Witch.
Are we gonna do the picks for this week? Before
That's on the
we.
podcast. Remember?
Oh yeah, no, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So
Last
yeah,
time I
I'm
could
a
have told you that for
fool.
free.
Oh, oh yeah, man. No lines tonight. Okay, all right. Appreciate it. That's always fun.
Bro, you know what's the highlight of my day, guys? Because like I grind a lot of League of Legends content. I normally grind a lot more content when it goes into summer because it goes into worlds and shit. So people don't know. I'm literally on like overtime watching all the regions, all the VODs. Well, highlights for the worst teams, VODs for the major teams. Bro, when I have to watch Excel versus Astralis, you know
Oh
my blood is
Lord,
pumping.
the fact that Astralis is in the top four. I'm surprised you didn't have a drink and spit it out like you normally do.
What's that mid laner? What's that mid laner SK Gaming has? Two fucks, 2 hours.
2 hours.
They replaced Blue for what reason?
Oh no! Oh no! Blue had a
Blue's
condition.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he's
forgot.
sick. He's sick. I mean, you know what's surprising?
They switching out their best player and putting him jungle.
And again, we're gonna talk more about this tonight. But
Yeah.
Treats actually didn't play too bad. But again, we're gonna.
He's a really good player, and they took their best player who won them games in that position, role swapped him to a role he's not good at, just to have them lose more games. We're done. My brain is actually gonna run out of my skull and go into the highway and get hit by a car. Holy shit! All right. Anything else you want to say before we head out?
Yeah, we
I wasted a good drink on SK Gaming. Thank you, Warren.
SK Gaming. Oh no, yeah.
SK Gaming
TSM.
winning worlds.
I want to see the progression of 100 Thieves. I think EG is going in a better direction. I think that Danny guy it might surpass even. Might be my hot take. I think
Uzi.
no, he might surpass FBI the way he plays
I think he's a good player. I want to see how more he develops. So they picked a pretty good. Where are they gonna get him from? The collegiate scene, academy scene, or some shit like that?
he went from collegiate to academy to like.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. There are good NA players. You just literally gotta go find them. They're not gonna just fucking show up on your doorstep, fucking banging on your door. You know?
Right. And 80 carries is something that NA is basically from sneaky to double lift to
fucking
others.
Tactical FBI now.
FBI,
Zen, King,
Cody's son back in the
Cody's
day.
son.
Coach,
Oh, I feel so bad for that guy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
riding away on
Yeah.
TSM Academy.
So, I want to see the development of them, and the top teams look like they're finally. I think the top teams look like they're going by the top teams. The
Yeah.
lower teams are looking like they can compete against their lower teams. So it should be an interesting next week.
All right, guys. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. Way of Life Esports. I'm Nightwing, and I'm signing out, guys. Peace. Have a good day. See you guys later. Deuces. Yeah, C9 is gonna win Worlds this year. Calling it right now.
0-6 Clown 9. Thank you.
If they go 0-6, I'm gonna slit my throat after Worlds is over. Holy, I'm just.
Oh, you better get that butcher knife ready.
I'm gonna take whatever the fuck this is called in cans. Take it. Actually, shank myself in the fucking neck, and then drag that shit as far as I can. Or we're still recording. See you guys later. Peace.